Victory here again, and today I'm putting some landscape lighting around the property. And I looked at all the different ones, and because I'm using it as an accent light, I wanted something that I could control that had to be dimmable. And I only found one that actually was dimmable. And so I'll show you what it's like. So you get a controller, and the controller has a spot on it that includes dimming. And for that, you can dim 5 different percentages from 15, 25, 30, 60, or if you hold it a long press, you can do a custom dim. So this is perfect for what I wanted to do. Now there is one drawback, is that it's all totally hardwired. So you're restricted to the length between each light. But I'm going to show you that that doesn't really matter in my case, and you can probably get around it in most instances. So here's what we get. This is the 6 light one. So 6 little lights with brackets on them and all the wires. And they're all connected together. So what we have to do is do a layout. The lamps have about a 7.5 foot distance between them, and the transformer has about a 10-foot cable on it. So if you add that together, the transformer plus this cable plus the first 7 feet, you're probably at 16, 17 feet, your first light. So there's only a few little problems. The bracket that they have on here is a little flimsy. It's just made out of light gauge steel. The housings are very small and compact, made of aluminum, cast, as are the pegs that you stick in the ground. My only complaint is that they only put a bolt on the top and no washer, so I'm going to add a washer on there when we connect these on. Let's just see what kind of a layout we can make with them. What I'm trying to do is just accent these few trees. Here's a Japanese maple here, and we've got a Korean lilac in the background here, and there's another tree right here which we want to uplight. So we want to uplight these from underneath and add a little bit of light to this rock and maybe light up these grasses right here. So I've opened up my power panel here. So we're going to attach our controller there, and we could have the first light 17 feet away, but in this case, our first one is only about 4 feet away, shooting up at the tree, and then we've got another one here that's about 5 feet away, hitting it from the other angle. Here, I've put one in the grasses there, and it's only about 4 feet away, so we're well within the 7 feet. Over here underneath the tree, we've got one uplighting this tree, and we've got another one which is hidden in behind these rocks here, and that's going to light the rocks in the waterfall here. And our very last one is located here underneath this Japanese maple, and it's going to be uplighting that from underneath. So we're going to have to wait until night falls to see how it looks, and we'll tweak them, and once we have them all working well, then we'll bury them. Out front, we've got some different lighting to do. We've got quite a large tree here that we want to uplight, and we'll use 3 lights on it. We have a specimen tree here, which we can use 1 light on underneath. And over here we have Rock Bubbles, the sculpture, which could use a couple of lights on it. So let's just see where our power is. So right here is where we're going to start the power. I'll probably mount that just on the side of this box, and the power will go right in there. And now we've got our first connection. And I think what I might do, I might put that connection inside this box just to protect it, because I don't really think that is very waterproof. So let's just see where our first light will go. Around the corner here. And we've got plenty of room there, so one there, and that'll be facing up. Now, somewhere over here, just, I want to kind of hide it behind the rock here. And we'll have another one somewhere around here by this rock. So what we want is one somewhere around the base of this tree. Something like that. Now our next one has to be over here for the rock bubbles, but unfortunately it's too far away. So we're going to have to cut the cable and splice it. For the splice, I'm just going to take some 16 gauge cord here, and I've put some heat shrink on it, and I've used some color coding so that I know which is the positive. And so we'll solder these and then heat shrink it, and I've made a tube here, a rubber tube with some wire clamps on it. So we'll wrap a bit of electrical tape and then slide that over our joint, and hopefully seal it up well enough that no water will get in there. And what we'll do, we'll run that wire underneath these patio stones back up here so we can get power over here. Well, everything is hidden underneath there, and our lights are lit up. We just have to wait for the sun to go down. Night has finally fallen, and we get to see the effect. On their own, the lights are a little too bright, so being able to dim them down and control the atmosphere really helps. In the back, the uplit trees are incredible, standing out from the background, and the special on the waterfall accents it perfectly. This has given us the tools to blend all the colors through the yard and match them to the existing colors at the front. Big success here. Thanks for watching, and victory to you. Bye now.